another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka. I'm here with Liz.
Hey.
If it's your first time listening or always welcome to follow or subscribe. We actually would love if you follow or subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's free. We're trying to get that 100 Spotify follows and
500 with YouTube.
500 too. Actually, we're getting close to 500 on YouTube. Yeah, that would be fantastic. How's your week been?
Bruh.
It's been good. It was chaotic the last 2 days in the ED. I did like 17 medics on Thursday, and Friday I did 20. I would have been 21 had a family had the med list. So it's been a couple busy, crazy days. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm like, it's beautiful outside. Why are we inside? But yeah, other than that, I am glad it's my weekend off and I have some fun plans ahead of me.
Yeah, the weather's been nice. As anyone in the Pacific, we've had like spring showers, heavy. I enjoyed them, but there's a time, I would say. My
Oh yeah,
personal,
no kidding.
for me,
I agree with you on that one.
you hate rain more than, but there's a point.
Okay, there are certain types of rain I like. You know, like that fresh one right after summer, like right there, like during the summertime or spring, and then it was like a quick fall and it's warm rain. I love that. Cold rain constantly, 24/7. Yeah, no.
I
My
enjoy
thing.
it. I enjoy it for a consistency of like maybe 5 days, and then depending on I'm feeling on the 6th, maybe the 7th day, then it's. But then like we've been on a weird cold front as well. I know there's like a sound, but it kind of affects our outings and kind of things we want to do out. But yeah, we've been on a front out here in the Pacific West to a point, and now finally down, and got hit
No
with like
potential threat of snow again, like there was a couple weeks ago.
But yeah, then we got hit like a crazy like heat out of nowhere. Like in our area, it hit 100 degrees.
Damn, it hit you 100 in yours. Okay, it only hit in upper 80s for us, which is good. We liked it. I mean, I was enjoying it. There was a coworker that was sitting next to me and our end.
Yeah,
We were going back and forth. He was like, "Where do you sit outside here? Is there tables outside?" I'm like, "Yeah, go out into the patio on our facility, you know." And he was like, "Oh my god, that was great. It's perfect. You got a half shade. You got partial, full shade. You got, full sun." I'm like, "I know, right? It's perfect."
yeah. So like we got like I said, for at least here, it was only for that one day that it hit 100. It was I probably because we're like live in the valley-ish. The heat all just kind of ducked down here, which fucking horrible. Luckily, my office has a pretty consistent temperature, and I'm very happy. But I don't want to be putting up my air conditioner because I don't
Well,
think
we already did.
because I know it's gonna for some reason I feel like we got hit with this spike of heat, and then we're just gonna dip back down to and I don't want my not yet. I have a feeling a little variety, and then when it's probably gonna be constant 70 plus, then I'll put. That's just kind of my area. Besides that, I just been getting ready for prepping for next season. Liz have been talking about stuff. And we recently the first inspirational show. Everyone's been enjoying it. I've been sharing it with people. They all love the poem and everyone loves the poem and everything. Yeah, so this is the second week. We're going into the second week. So be sure to pick it up because we're official or removed from the shop. So pick it up while you can, as always. But yeah, it's a fun shirt.
Yes, it is.
I personally ordered mine episode. But my season 3.
I'm not wearing any because I'm going out.
She's
I'm
already
gonna be
getting
fun
prepped and
today.
getting prepped and so yeah, besides that, really, like I said, you can always like share the show. That's what we're promoting these couple. I think we're gonna be promoting until we hit those numbers, just because we're really close, really close. We got a few more follows. The Spotify,
Sweet.
so we're almost getting to that 50 mark. We're almost to the halfway point. So like we top of that, I subscribers on are doing it. If you're already followed
Yes.
and subscribed, but word of mouth. Word of mouth is one of the best.
Just tell them to do it just for the sake of it. They don't have to listen to us, but at least if they just say they follow us, that's great. That's all we need. Just say,
Yeah.
it's those numbers. It's just that number. If we can do this, we could do more live shows. It'd be great. They could be
Yeah,
more fun.
because it was fun. It was fun doing those live shows. If we were just having a couple issues here and there, but we do appreciate it. We've been upping our video past 6-7 months, I think. And we're hoping Spotify listeners now be well, but you can still listen to it. I've been seeing on my show that I listen to have up there how that up that's for that. I think that's kind of really back in.
Well, we
Also,
got some future dates coming together, and we're hanging out a little bit more, so we can
yeah,
do
we
some
have
more
some
fun
projects in the
things
works.
planned for that too. So just look forward to that, guys.
Okay, we're gonna jump into the stories. We have some wild ones, some pointing ones, like always. But we're gonna start with this ridiculous one. It's a little bit on the lighter side, but it just reminds us how on the online space. Are you okay?
I spazzed for a second. Sorry.
uh, okay, so the first one we're gonna be talking, it's on the gaming news for our non-game or nine listeners. Counter
Amy.
Strike are not Counter Strike skin 100,000 400K, probably the most expensive gun skin in video game. So for
It's
anyone,
crazy.
yeah, for anyone listening who's not a gamer, Counter Strike is it's a really old online shooter. Main thing, uh, like very precise. It has skins, guns, and their knives, and they're known for having outrageous uh sales for and just the other day, a skin that was selling 80,000 big China.
Ah, that's amazing.
So let's
Ah,
look a little bit into it. Surprise. Okay, so the surprise announcement of Counter Strike Shoe. So there's people coming out soon, and people are noting that the developer said that you'll be able to move all your stuff from the first. Pretty good for a company. It's currently now an AK-47 skin from the most expensive gun in CS:GO, and probably the video game history. The skin is a minimal wear, stat tier 1 case hardened AK-47 with blue gem pattern. The latter of which the pattern is one which apparently is the bluest blue gem one can get. In addition to this, the game has 4 photo-wise 2014 tactical halo stickers or hollow stickers applied to it, which are each valued around 60,000 a piece.
damn.
And note
Who's
this
got
is
that money? Who's
and
got
note
that money?
and note this is just a online digital holiday. Someone spent the value of like a house or maybe even 2 houses on. You're seeing the picture, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Like there's the level of spending I get, and then I don't. Like there are certain things I would pay I
Like
don't
your
even.
Pokemon Go.
I don't. Pokemon Go. I don't even pay. I think in my lifetime, Pokemon Go, I've spent $300, and I've been playing Pokemon
Okay.
Go
I
for
probably spent more than that with Ursula's uh can't think of the game. The shooter game that she plays.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
people. Oh yeah, people.
Both of you.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. Fortnite people. That the skin. There's nothing. The skins in Fortnite are like $8 to $15 a piece. That's how they make their money. So Pokemon Go 7 years. 7 years, three. Not too bad. I got my money, but 400K. Imagine if your daughter said, "Oh mom, spend 400K on this item." It's like, shit. What were your initial thoughts?
He'd be like, "That's a house, damn it, no."
No, like she did spend.
Oh God. If she made money, if she could sell it and make money off of it, and I get like a portion of it, or well, technically all of it, because it's really my money who is she spent. So then yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, I got a house now.
It's ridiculous. I've always been at this point, like that time. Pokemon.
Oh, I bet they would still. There's
Oh,
somebody
they're-
pulled that out, be like, hey, I
the,
got a shiny Charizard #1.
well, the market has diluted. A lot of people have, like, so it's a buyer's market. No wait, is it buyer's market? Buy certain in like these spaces where I would uh personally I'm not a huge, like, I used to be a big person, figures and I've slowly, like I think I mentioned it before. I get into spending habits and stuff like that, which I've learned as people, if anyone's watching this. So I'm like, I should probably. Some of them I like, and I support. Because I know for sure that shit. I bought it last year, part of a weird collection, and I think if I sold it now, I could.
Hell yeah.
But
That's the way you do it.
I just like it. But it's one of those things where like people like some people just buy and. As far as there's like this, apparently this is the wear down version. Apparently, if you got the factory new one, it would be worth.
Oh wow.
This isn't even the primo one.
Bruh.
Just
So yeah. So talking about money, jump into the next one. Bank of.
I gotta find it. Give me a second here. I know where it is. Just gotta find it. There it is. Open up. Open up. Oh, damn it. My internet's being slow, guys. I apologize. They just told us that we had to get a new box for our TV. It's not gonna be surprised if we're gonna get one for our internet box too. Oh shit! Come on. All right, let's see if I can open up in a different price. Here we go. Bank of England economists say people need to accept that they are poor. What?
Liz, you gotta accept you're poor.
No, I don't want to be poorer.
You
Screw
gotta.
that.
All right. Go ahead. What is the Bank of England?
The Bank of England's top economist has said that people in the UK need to accept that they are poor, otherwise prices will continue to rise.
What? I'm trying to think of that.
That makes no sense.
Read the statement again. Read the.
Bank of England's top economist has said people in the UK need to accept that they are poor, otherwise prices will continue to rise.
So
So the things that they want to buy, like I don't know, say food, is continue to rise. So should they buy it?
they have to realize they're poor, or prices will continue to rise. So it's the fault that they're poor that prices will go up. That's what the statement's saying, right? Or am I wrong?
Basically, I feel like that's what it's generally saying. Yeah.
So if you don't realize you're poor, we're still going to continue.
So you're not supposed to buy food, guys. You're supposed to starve. Then they won't raise the prices.
All right. So okay, continue. Continue with the article.
Who Pill, Total Podcast in the U.S. They're easy to accept that yes, we are all worse off. He said in a response to higher bills and other costs rising, workers had responded by asking for wage increases and businesses were charging more. UK inflation, the rate as of which uh, prices rise, was 10.1% in the year to March. Yeah, the rate dipped last month for 10.4%, but they does not mean prices are falling. It means that are rising at a slightly slower pace. Inflation in the UK has been higher than the Bank of England's target of 2% for some time. Part of the bank's job is to keep inflation at its target rate. In response to rising prices is increased interest rates, which makes the cost of borrowing money more expensive. This move, in theory, is supposed to make people reduce spending so the demand for goods cools down and price rises slow down. With households being hit by soaring energy bills and food costs, many workers have been asking for pay raises to help ease the pressure on the budget. Job vacancies have been falling, but are still higher than they have been for decades, strengthening people's hands as they ask for pay raises. Though pay has been going up, it has not matched inflation, meaning people are worse off.
Actually, yeah, we've been
Damn,
seeing.
I feel like that's true. That yeah, here too.
Yeah, but we've been reading a lot of articles like this. Doctors and out there. And like it's very very dangerous. Not only that, depending or that we haven't covered, um, of some other crazy. There's been more people striking, get better wages, and okay. So I know economics at a very basic level. That I will say that now, because if someone would try to, if anyone tries to correct me, like this is the basic I know. I understand that raising the price, I mean raising the wages of employees will increase the cost that it will products. So it's a weird tipping point for sure, but it's like there's a lot of people putting a lot of other things, rent increase, utility,
Food.
uh, food. It's just weird things that it's just like weird ass. Like there's just no. We might just be getting into crash to kind of just like
Reset the whole thing.
yeah.
I hope
Exactly.
so because I think that will help out a lot of because it's 10%. I was talking to to my coworkers. We were talking because we saw this email. It was a generalized email. It's not applied to like nurses and certain doctors and stuff like that, but it's applied to other working in just general area like my pharmacy. Uh, they said they were increasing us by 3%, so to help with uh, things and cost of living and all that jazz. So we're getting a 3% raise on top of our yearly annual raise. So I don't know if it's on top or if that's just what we're getting. So we will see how that all works out. I don't pay raise until July, unfortunately. I got a couple more months to go, but yeah, we're supposed to see. And I got it like a 4 last year, so hopefully, kind of offset it. I mean, I would like a little bit more because I think I work my ass off for the company.
What's funny is like they don't care.
So- Well, they say that they're so like there's a 1.5 to 3% you can. I was getting more than the who have been there. She when we were talking about wages, I was more.
Cutting out.
Okay, I said it. I was making more than the technician that had been there a year prior to me. So she'd been there a year longer than I have, and more than her, just because of what I was. So I think it was working my behalf. So I'm excited. But she's no longer there. So we'll
Hopefully,
see. I'm hoping that we have the pay raises that will kind of help reflect this. I mean, we are going to see like this is going to be an economy down spiral soon. I don't doubt it, but at least I'm in a cushion spot. I can't like get lost in my job.
true. Is there anything else important in this? It just sounds like some dude. Oh, there's a clip actually. Play the
Yes.
clip. It's 30 seconds.
What we can do is try to prevent what we can do is try to prevent inflation becoming more ingrained in the system.
I'm trying to get into people's heads and ask them not to ask for too high
It's not
pay
floating
rise.
on my end.
Well,
broadly,
yes. I would say that in the sense of saying we do need to see moderation of wage rises. Now that's painful. I don't want to, in any sense, sugar that message. It is painful. But we need to see that in order to get through this problem more quickly.
He just basically kind of reiterated some of the stuff, and I think there's a quote down below where he's being partially truthful. It is true. We're just in a weird spot anywhere in the world. Whereas it's just a bit of inflation that there are partly work driver core. That's really tough, but I don't know how people it's he's sadly right. Just I honestly don't have an answer. And it's just not. And we're seeing it. We talk about this. Cost is. We were heavy probably early in the year about this.
It still applies. I feel like it still applies. It's
I don't
still
think
going to apply until we have that crash.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think. I don't think we'll crash happen in that crash. Some people think cushion kind of being another tough pill. People aren't in a cushy position. Some people are going to fall tough time. For now, at least for me, I'm pretty credit line. So if I had fortunate and things, I would say. So I would say I personally am in a cushion person. But
You're perfect. All right. I know I'm just a second class citizen, but just...
hey, you have a stack of bills piling up. Anyways,
I'm slowly paying them off. I'm slowly paying them off.
Exactly,
I'm almost there.
But like I said, I can come. And I think my household So we would be, depending on how mad, at least the country and in our state. That's where we're worry about stuff like this. Yeah, that's kind of my
Yeah.
thought. Any other
And then
thoughts?
maybe everybody can buy houses and we'll call it good.
Hey, if that would be great, because then I finally have my family could finally be on their own, have the house to okay.
Come over and destroy it. Just kidding.
Oh my God, trying to take back little by little the world, one person at a time. All right. Any other final thoughts? And I hope
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
yeah. So for anyone listening or watching, I hope you actually probably prep a little bit for crash to happen. It might be. It's kind of true. We kind of accept that we are poorer than at this a harsh. And I've been seeing in my local like penny up and size change, paying more for less. Things like that is it's getting wild out there.
It is. It's getting crazy.
All right, let's get into more crazy. All right. School staffers charged after a 7-year-old special education student told to eat his own vomit.
Bruh.
So, okay, so
Gross.
Yeah, so 5 staff members at a suburban Indianapolis school has been charged with neglect or failure to report neglect after a 7-year-old special education told to eat his own vomit, authorities said. According to Brownsville Police Department, video shows of the incident and involvement of staff members. I'm glad, this is kind of one of the moments like I'm glad to have security cameras.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's see here. Hendricks County Prosecutor's Office charged a teacher and an instructional aide at the Browns Elementary School, Browns, with neglect of a dependent and second teacher, a second aide, and a behavioral technician have been charged with failure to report the incident. Police identified the staff member with charged with neglect as teacher Sarah Seymour, 27, and instructional aide Deborah
Knipe.
Thank you. Canopy? Is it not Canopy?
No, I think it's Knipe.
Okay,
I don't know. People can correct us.
Well, it doesn't matter. They don't deserve. Well, actually, we should shut them. Assholes, horrible people, monsters. Mm-hmm. Staffers charged with failure to report them were identified as Julie Taylor, instructional aide Christian Michelle, 38, and behavioral technician Megan King, 20. Those are also they're not as horrible, but you should report any. These are they're as
report it.
They are as guilty as the people who are just there watching.
Allowing this to happen.
Yeah. A teacher charged with neglect told the students during lunch that if he vomited, he would need to eat whatever he threw up, Brownsburg police said. The child vomited on the tray provided by the second teacher, and the aide charged with neglect then gave the child a spoon, police said. The boy at some point of the vomit then used a paper towel to clean the remains. The alleged incident occurred February.
God, I don't know why this stomach is turning my stomach, but this is gross. Like my stomach wants to overdo itself. Like, nope,
it's
done.
That moment. It's the moment when you talk about vomit. But who in their right mind?
I usually have no problem with vomit, but today it is just hitting a little harder today. Maybe because I haven't eaten yet.
Maybe that, and maybe because you're seeing adults force a child their vomit too.
Yeah, probably.
That's just once again, it's one of those moments where will you trust your kid?
Well, I guess because I've actually I've been on TikTok a little bit here and there, and one of the stories was this girl was forced to eat her own vomit, and she was like starved and whatnot and everything. So like that was pretty harsh to hear, like the 6-year-old and hear this boy's special needs obviously having to do the same thing. That's just it tells me what's going on in their household. They're obviously doing the same thing to the kids at home. They have kids.
Are we talking about the TikTok or the article?
Well, it kind of went into that. So like the TikTok kind of played in what they were telling their kid to do, right? They made their 6-year-old eat their own vomit. It almost plays out. What are they doing to their kids at home? Are they making their eat their own vomit too?
Well, no. The article. He was like,
No, they're teachers. Those teachers, if they have kids, are they forcing their kids to eat their own vomit too?
no, I think
So there's got to be abuse going on at home too. Then
maybe, I don't know.
maybe. I'm
Sometimes
just saying. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting speculation out there. Okay.
exactly. We're
I'm
speculating.
I'm being a devil's advocate here. Okay, a little bit. So.
So you're defending the people. You're defending the.
No, I'm not defending him. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's
Wrong
devil.
words.
That's devil.
Wrong
That's
choice of words.
That's devil's advocate. You're defending the teachers.
I'm using the wrong words. My bad. I'm just
Liz-
speculating.
Liz
If
is
they were making
defending
a
the
special
teachers.
ed kid. I'm sick of those kids.
She's sick of those kids.
People who do this.
She's gonna force them to eat whatever. She's like, I'm gonna have my child.
Eat your vomit, bitch.
But yeah, it's like as a kid, like mostly like I personally have I have a cousin who has special needs. As a child, he would be a bit fussy, but nothing too grand scale. But I know every case. But that's what these they're like all these titles. They're all meant for special needs, right? Like there was a instructional aid, behavioral technician. Yeah, these are all people whose their job is to handle these types of situations, and it's completely baffling that this.
I know, it's crazy. That time a little like, if they're doing this to a special ed kid, what are they doing to the kids at home?
If they have kids,
Those kids aren't special needs, probably.
So yeah, anything else to add?
I honestly hope they it looks like they got terminated. So
Now
they're on administrative leave. Oh wait, hold on. The termination process has already started for Seymour and Knipe, the district said. So there's already 2 of them.
No, they're getting away with light sentencing. They should be going.
Yeah, that's abuse. That's totally abuse.
Yeah, they're getting away with very light duty. Like, like that's it. That's all you did. You're losing your job, and
probably their teaching licenses too. Don't you think? If that was involved,
that's like I think we joked about it.
put it in another state, you'll be fine.
Yeah, they're
Right?
yeah they're getting away scot free. In my opinion, they're scot free. Okay, let's move on to next story. Brought up the person who can't handle flying.
Yeah. This will be interesting. Man's meltdown over crying baby on Southwest flight from Baltimore goes viral. Mark Grabowski found himself at the center of a mid-air meltdown on a flight from Baltimore to Fort Lauderdale on Monday. A fellow passenger became enraged after a baby constantly cries and went up on a lengthy profanity-laced tirade. The last 3 years, especially since COVID, it's been so much more on the edge, Grabowski said. Everyone has a little less patience these days. The majority of the viral videos shot on airplanes have probably been shot in the last 3 years. He noted the plane had been in holding pattern due to severe weather, and after the infant continued to cry, the unidentified passenger across the aisle from him suddenly had enough. Really out of nowhere, he just kind of blurted out, "Shut the baby up." And everyone was just kind of stunned. Grabowski said WDZ investigator Mike Helgren, myself, and a couple of passengers are kind of stunned and try to calm him down. Take a breath. None of us want to be in a situation. Let's just calm down here. And he doubled down. Kowalski praised the Southwest crew for how they handled the situation. He said the child and the parents were sitting in the row ahead of him, and the flight attendants got them off the plane while they dealt with the upset passenger. There was bad weather, so nobody was allowed to get up and move around, Kowalski said. So obviously a kind of tinderbox forming, and a crying baby doesn't help situations. Most people understand that they were coming from. The man who had the meltdown was taken off the flight by authorities and then met by police outside the terminal, where we were told he was not arrested, but millions have now heard about the ordeal that clearly touched a nerve. It was kind of illogical, Grabowski said. I think the crew just did a great job of recognizing that, and instead of trying to argue with him, they just did what they could to calm him down. Southwest Airlines told WDZ in the statement that it's commended for exhibiting outstanding professionalism while handling a challenging situation, and we appreciate the patience of our other customers on board who had to experience the unacceptable behavior. So,
Simplified,
man, baby.
basically, man, baby. The guy cannot handle. So, like for me, I don't fly actively, and it can be frustrating depending on how long a flight is, child, and vice versa. Flying with a child and flying with flying in a plane with a, those are two different statements, but have the same. Like it can get frustrating depending on how fussy children are. Some are more. For me, I wear headphones when I fly. It does not bother me.
Always canceling ones.
Yeah.
Good.
But I can't wear them for. I get the weird air pressure gets it, but that's a side note. But for the most part, I don't really get too bothered by it. I think it would be frustrating for sure, depending on how long. But I would not get that like riled up. I would like, what's the point?
I
of
would
getting-
not be calling that baby to shut the fuck up. Like, really? Come on. Seriously. I don't know. I traveled with my daughter. She's been a great one for a day. And her father had to handle the 2-hour flight by himself to Mexico. I have no idea how it went, but the 2-hour flight, the 8-hour, what was it, 10-hour flight back was fine for me. So, because it was between the two of us, we handled it pretty well.
It can be it is frustrating when but like he has to take a breath sometimes. I like this guy either had like a bad day or something, but man, you don't have to take it out on a baby, you know?
He's got some problems.
Emotional damage.
So,
Poor baby's gonna be scarred for life.
exactly. You know, it's and I'm glad it didn't I'm glad it didn't escalate. No, I'm glad it did not escalate
Glad I didn't either.
because it could have been way. So, yeah, I'm glad it turned out to be something.
I'm glad that they were able to take care of the whole situation, and the flight attendants handled it professionally without problems. And yeah, I'm glad that it was done well. You know, we don't like those problems when they escalate too much. So glad that was good.
Exactly. All right, I think that's kind of our final thoughts here. Yeah, one more major. So this is another.
No, I have not. I've been out of the loop a little bit. Of course, it was kind of busy for me to even enjoy a little bit of this stuff.
Also, this is kind of a side of the internet you're not an internet person.
No.
I think the most internet you get is this podcast and some TikTok, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, so this is like a space, and it's a good thing because you would have another.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to. I'm scared now. Okay.
Okay, so we're back, everyone. Okay, so recently. So there's been a messy feud between Crowder and Owens, and these are two names you probably don't even know, but they are known by a lot of just a quick note: is Stephen high-profile anti-woke youth who has rapidly sparked back comedy sketches, misogyny, often Crowder is widely known for the template like Owen. Crowder is Christian ideology
I don't know.
ideology
Ideology.
logically. There it is.
Logically? Is that the word you were trying to go for?
Yeah, there it is. Why can't I can say it now. I gotta say it slower. Ideologically aligned, but began feuding back down 50 by slave content. Carter went to an intense feud. So basically, a big part of that section of the internet. Kind of like the big right wing sections of. So the conservative kind of mindset. So that's how what you have to kind of look at. So this is what happened recently and why he's kind of popping off.
A proverbial boot on my neck for going on years now. Since 2021, I've been living through what has increasingly been a horrendous divorce. Now, let me say on the outset, to be clear, there is no infidelity, any kind of physical abuse at all on either side. And no, this was not my choice.
So he's recently going through it. And choice. So
my then wife decided that she didn't want to be married anymore. And in the state of Texas, that is completely permitted.
So he's upset at the state of Texas for his wife divorce.
Shit. Maybe she got tired of all his stupid antics and maybe his all his other shit that he's pulling off lately on his podcast. I don't know.
It's been the most heartbreaking experience of my life, what I consider to be my deepest personal failure. And just so you know, my opinions on parenting and families have not changed. I've always believed that children need a mom and a dad, that divorce is horrible. And I still believe that children need a mom and a dad and that divorce is horrible. But in today's legal system, my beliefs don't matter.
Yeah, this is kind of like
Oh my God.
This is what him and a lot of the people. This is his values out.
Oh my God. I understand a mom and a dad, but mommy and dad can be in a separate household and still do fine. I mean, I've seen it. So, like, for my own brother-in-law, I mean, they never got married. They never really had they probably had a relationship at one point, but didn't go well, and they still went ahead and raised a wonderful person. And it can still happen. It doesn't need to be in one household. It can be in two households. Yes, it can work just as fine if they're all communicating. Apparently, somebody wasn't doing their job on communicating well.
So yeah, this is the one of the big voices. And here's the thing: since he's one of the big voices, there's a lot of people who agree with what. This is kind of what this is the mindset of what agree upon. This
No, don't.
Like I said, this is a part of the internet that you're not a part of it or don't even.
I am so glad I'm not, because I think I would be like wanting to punch this person personally. Damn.
So yeah, this is kind of one of the top. Like I said, he's one of the top voices of these people. And he's pretty upset with this. And
In Texas, divorce is permitted when one party wants it, period. So for well over a year, in the best interest as well as physical safety of my children, we've decided to keep this issue private and to resolve it privately with the appropriate attorneys, what have you, legal jargon. Now, in all this, one thing I want to be really clear about is certain. True north here is that my children are blameless, completely without fault, and so we decided to resolve these issues privately, as it's in their best interests, both emotionally and physically, to do so. Now, the other issue is...
Okay, this is kind of the fight with Candace Owens, and that's not really the important. But it's, like I said, this is one of the moments where you kind of like, this is a section of the United States agree and believe that once you're married, you shouldn't, you're set, you're locked in, basically. And
I guess that's another reason why I don't believe in marriage. You guys are proving me once again.
So yeah, it's like people are agreeing with him that the state should not involve themselves once you're married. It's like you're locked in, you're done. What are your thoughts? What are you of kind of this statement and kind of the people that are part of this?
You guys crazy? Oh, I guess that would... No, you guys are crazy. Never mind. My God. You know what? Whatever her reasons for her divorce, it's probably for a good reason.
Oh, we're about to see that within when this got leaked. Released hours. There's
okay, so I should hold off, maybe.
For her statement. But what are your thoughts of just people believing that once you marry this, it take two people to...
It takes two people to get married, and sometimes it takes a person to realize the relationship is not the marriage is not working anymore. And if that person is sane enough to see it, that it's become loveless, it's not thriving, it's not working, it might have to end. It really does have to end sometimes, because it's just not working. It's not healthy for anybody, not for those adults, and it's definitely not healthy for their children. Children see this shit. They can read the line between the lines. They're really smart about this shit. So, I think if they realize, oh, mom and dad, facade could be there, but it's not like, kids read between the lines. They can see it. It's not happening. They don't see the love. Parents who, at the beginning, kids who used to see their parents kissing and hugging and, cuddling every day, and, and crime, when the time was allowing them to be there, to be together, to hang out with each other, going on dates, and then they don't see that anymore. They obviously know what's going on. It's faded. It's gone. It's not working anymore.
There's actually a small camp of people are starting to working on to petition people like that. It should take two. Like I said,
no, what? Honestly, this is crazy. I want to go back to Rome, where women were allowed to divorce their damn husbands. Okay.
So yeah, we're getting into, like I said, look what's happening. There's a couple of stories that we haven't talked about that just been in this. Yeah, it's there are people out there trying to get it. So once you're married, you're stuck.
Stupid motherfuckers! You guys are assholes. You're trying to make us all die miserably. Somebody's going to get murdered.
All right. So this is what happened afterward. So.
Okay. Oh no! I felt that, folks. The Louder and Crowder Mug Club mugs are getting destroyed because Steven Crowder is getting canceled after he made this video announcing his divorce and accused Candace Owens of trying to extort him. But the lore has gotten much crazier. There have been a lot of developments, folks. But, kind of curious. Why is it that conservatives always resort to destroying products that they paid for as soon as they cancel someone? They burned Nike sports bras. They are still destroying cases of Bud Light. And now they're smashing with sledgehammers Mug Club mugs. Anyway, folks, on to the updates. There have been quite a few in the last day. And a lot of them happened on Twitter. Yashar Ali tweeted out saying, "Exclusive! I've obtained over 3 minutes of video of Steven Crowder being emotionally abusive towards his pregnant wife, Hillary. In a statement sent to me, her family says she hid the emotional abuse she was dealing with for years." And he attached a 20-second clip from that 3-minute video. It is a Ring camera video. He didn't put the full version of the video on Twitter. Instead, he decided to put it on his Substack. So, yeah, let's watch this security camera footage.
Oh, shit.
So what are your thoughts?
Oh, shit. There is a reason why she got divorced, after all. An emotional abuse. Oh, my God. Abuse, it does account for a divorce.
So, okay.
You don't abuse the shit out of your freaking significant other.
So, trigger warning for listening. I haven't been officially doing a lot because we forget.
Yes.
But
We're human.
So we'll try to improve our trigger. The trigger warning for overall just abuse in this next few minutes. So we do apologize. About to start.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary in abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I do have
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes, how do you man? How do you man receive love and respect? No. How do you man No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not
then I
taking
will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary.
So he's arguing with his 8-month-old pregnant wife over using the car because I believe she was trying to go to the gym.
No, she was trying to get groceries.
No, he's telling her she should have been doing the wifely.
Oh, Jesus, man, Joseph. Fuck her. What a freaking misogynist asshole.
Just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Now he's agreeing now to go pick up the grocery, and he's still getting upset because she's gonna be taking the car.
It's such a man-child. Again! It's a man-child.
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
You're making it work. The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Steven.
There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Steven.
Hillary,
Steven?
you give up so easily.
I
just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
So those last 20 seconds we just watched.
Yeah. We'll see what Def Noodle. What are your thoughts? That was just what seems like it would be just a simple conversation. Out. Another thing is how he's has a ton of money. How does this household only have?
I don't understand either. Should have a 2-car. I mean, technically they should have a van ready for the next kiddo.
Well, no, actually, but then
I'm just like, She was trying to speak and she could not even get a word in. And every time she said a word, he was just at her adamantly. I think that sucks. Time. Um, wow. I can feel that emotional abuse deep in my bones, and I feel so bad for her. I wish it was, I'm glad she's getting out. That wow. Oh, sorry. I have to collect myself for a minute.
Okay, well you
Once
collect
you
yourself.
talk.
Okay. Let's see what you have to say while you collect thoughts.
Were the 20 seconds that were featured in the tweet. Needless to say, there's a lot that happens in the full 2 minutes that we just watched. There is definitely a lot going on the surface. This is a married couple having a disagreement. Married couples have disagreements to varying degrees. It depends on the personalities of the couple, how confrontational each person is, and how they approach confrontation, and whether or not they seek conflict resolution, or they're just a toxic person who just heightens everything and just seeks to control the entire situation. Clearly, Stephen appears to be upset with some of the decisions that his wife Hillary is doing, saying that he's expecting her to do her wifely duties. I think that's what he said. Now, let's be real for a second, folks. Does any part of Stephen's behavior come as a surprise to anyone?
So, like I said, if you were following Vigil, this would not be too surprising. I don't follow him. I just see he's an interesting individual and gonna probably see.
I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right, red and past. Become someone that's unique, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll get text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not gonna.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves.
Yeah. On top of that, he's smoking a cigar around his 8-month-old pregnant. So this is kind of.
I know why he doesn't have a second car, because he wants to have her strapped down to him.
So basically, yeah, she has to ask permission. So yeah, for the most part, that's kind of probably. Yes, this is kind of what's happening in this sphere of the internet, and it's the kind of the latest news of. Like I said, he's one of the top vocalists. The voice, the people. There's a camp on his side. Agree with methodology. So on and so on. It's kind of that weird. You know what I'm talking about. That ideology. And probably gonna get wild. Apparently he released something that he was trying to, like he said earlier in the first video, everything, and the only reason he kind of released some stuff is because Owens was evidence about his divorce bad, and now that he's getting a divorce, it looks bad on state of divorce. There's a lot. Even though it's just because it's so prevalent.
I'm happy for his wife Hillary getting out of that. Good for her, and I hope she becomes bigger and better than him and all things in life. And I wish her the best, because honestly, that is not the abuse she should be going through. Honestly, and the way he treats her, like, you deserve to be treated like a queen, lady, and you're not being treated like a queen. So You do you, babe. I'm proud of you for doing what you're doing. I'm happy that you're succeeding in life and getting away from that asshole because you don't deserve that. I can say that for myself too. And yes, that's the
Uh,
reason why I don't want to get married.
Now the real question. Now the as a they're gonna divorce. Probably gonna take. The other
Yeah,
thing is,
because they probably didn't sign a prenup.
yeah, knowing him. But here's the thing: face he's full on his side. This is what the agree.
Assholes and they're jerks and they're obscene. I no. That is disgusting, and the fact that it does exist, there's nothing I can do about it, and that's what's shitty. Wow, um, wow, wow, Holy shit. Um, I don't. I hope people wake up and see that he's not the greatest person. I like to dream. um,
Wake up,
God,
Liz.
this is a sad society we live in. That's for sure.
Not a single fuck was given this day.
Yeah, it is the world we live in, and he. And agree with. We'll see what more. I don't know if we'll be more voices. It becomes this weird. I like what he's saying. I agree with. Following. Like I agree with other arguments. And you can talk to other people. Of this that are like in this. Not gonna get. So, do you have any thoughts
Ugh.
on kind of that?
This you know, I can't change people. People have to change for themselves. It's just it really. I mean, I knew that it existed out there, but like the fact that this is so prevalent. I feel like I can't even speak anymore. It's disgusting. It's basically, put out there, and there's nothing we can do. I guess we'll just have to allow it to be, and hopefully, I don't know. Maybe when the old people die off, and we, the millennials and onward, see the right way things.
You would think so, but
One of these days.
But here's the thing: that the millennials in our group are part of.
I know. I don't want them to be. Grow up, people. Grow up.
So
Out of this.
imagine if you found out people at your work.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Remember,
Wouldn't be
think
surprised.
of.
We don't talk about politics at work because that's just like.
That's the kind of the thing. We don't talk about what is it? Politics.
Basically.
But yeah, but then but here it's more of a. And kind of the that's kind of really it. So that's what he's dealing with. Like I said, this is a part of the internet. already upset enough. She would get wild if she saw some of the threads. And people are great. The shout matches. Twitter's a mess. Now it's like way worse.
Oh
mess
god, I'm
now.
not on Twitter. I think I would have a field day.
Probably lighting some. Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be extinguishing. I might be probably putting more fuel to the fire.
And this it would be a
Probably.
Okay.
I'm glad I don't have the time for that.
oh god. Matt, some people their job is literally just some people. I don't. Anyways, let's get to the final part of this show. So as always,
I have a little bit of time. I got a little bit of time. I don't have to be too much of a rush because.
okay. So anyways, like I said, everyone, thank you. Always don't merch. First inspirational shirt. If not, to showcase that you helps us out. Not then you can open. Or word of mouth.
All right, roll that die. What was the die number?
It was number 3.
All right. I'm opening this up. All right. Am I the asshole for yelling at a kid for crawling under my table at a restaurant?
Bruh.
Damn. My friend Jack and I, after a long, stressful week, like to go to the local pizza place. It's not fine dining by any stretch of imagination, but there are booths and tables of people sitting down. I see a large table near us, like 10 people, a few couples, and a bunch of small kids between 4 and 8. And the kids are running around the restaurant being loud while the adults are drinking wine and eating their pizza. Wine? I drink beer with my pizza. Damn it. I ignore the commotion for like 20 minutes when suddenly I feel like a hand on my leg and one of the kids is crawling under Jack and my table. And I wasn't thinking and snapped at the kid and said, "Get away from our table." And the kid ran away and burst into tears. One of the parents at the other table came over and started tearing into me like how cranky and mean I was and how dare I yell at her kid who was playing. Meanwhile, her and the other middle-aged 40-something parents were letting their kids run amok and be loud and obnoxious while my friend and I are trying to enjoy a night out. I ripped her a new one and said, "How entitled do you need to be to think it's okay to let your kids just crawl under other people's tables?" She called me an asshole and walked away in a huff. Oh, wow. My God. What are your thoughts? I mean,
Okay, so
personally, from your standpoint,
so,
you're single young man like him.
Okay, so let's do it that way. So you have a child. You can give your perspective on that if your child amok, and I can give you from my perspective, just like someone I would. So I would be, if this exactly happened, I would not yell, but I would be annoyed. It is frustrating. Like if you're just out there going out with a friend, just grabbing a bite to eat after what is a stressful week, and you just want to grab some food, want something decent from what it sounds like. Had a long week, want to hang out. It would be annoying. It would be frustrating. Mostly when a parent's job is to be taking care of their kids. So I'll be like, yeah. Would I yell? No. I was like, hey, just go away. But if depending on, actually, I don't raise my voice, as you know. I don't.
I've never really ever heard Jesus raise his voice. I might have heard it a little bit just to get like everybody's attention, but nothing like that.
No, I don't really raise my very rarely ever hear ever, and that's only if I get like really annoyed, and it's hard to get under my skin. So I wouldn't yell, but it would be frustrating, to say the least. Like, yeah, like a restaurant for the most part, you're going out if you're with your friends and their kids and stuff. There should be a level of, and if it's that wild, like there's some problem. So how would now, from your perspective as a parent, what are your thoughts?
I never let my kid run amok. Never do. Just because that's just how it is, if she wants to, run and check something out, I let her, but I keep an eye on her, making sure she's not, in anybody's way and all that. But I'm not one of those parents to let my kid run amok. I wasn't allowed to run amok myself. We weren't allowed to crawl under tables or anything of that nature. So obviously, in my field of my life, I am not going to allow the same thing for my kid. The fact that the parents are just letting their kids run amok, that's crazy.
Then
I mean, yes, if it was like a kid's pizza joint, that's a different story. That's a whole thing. This sounds like a regular kind of dining restaurant, like nothing too crazy. It doesn't sound like a kid's restaurant. So, like, what is it, John's Pizza Place or whatever, Chuck E. Cheese. It's nothing like that, you know? So, the fact that these kids are running amok, I feel like it should be like, somewhat of a nice dining place. Not it doesn't sound like it was a shit show, but it doesn't sound like it's a great place either. So,
here's a question for you. How would you feel if you were in that group, but you weren't your child wasn't, but you saw the other kids and you were like one of the parents, and you saw, quote, friend walk over? What would your thought? Like
I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, I'm getting the check. I'm out of here. Bye. I'm not involved. I don't like confrontation. I never have. And that's embarrassing. Like, oh, okay. Like, oh, that was my friend. Shit, no. Like, no, that's not how I do it,
And you saw your friend yelling at the
I'd be
parent.
like, what the fuck are you doing when she comes back? Be like, what do you have no right,
And
The
she's like,
kid was
yeah,
running around and touching a complete stranger. We
she's
don't know
like,
if the stranger has some skin sores and getting it on your kid. Who knows?
but yeah, it's wild. They're not the assholes for sure. Like they're some people just want to
They
go
probably weren't thinking of the situation. They just, like they said they weren't thinking. Like, of course, be like, what the hell,
back in. So
I
yeah,
would probably do the same thing. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
exactly. Like,
who's touching my leg? I know my friend's not playing footsie with me.
but yeah, for the most part, they're not the assholes. Like for the most part, like I said, this is a weird parenting thing, but there should be some level of order no matter what. Because when you're out in public spaces, you gotta respect other people to an extent. Everyone's out there trying restaurants or enjoy an activity at attractions like that. It can be frustrating for a parent that they have an additional thing. It is what it is. What it is. That's why we have those. It is what it is. Pants and shirt. But yeah, that's kind of really it. Any final thoughts?
No, he's not the asshole for sure. People keep your kids under control. If it's, if it was a Chuck E. Cheese, go for it. Let them kids run wild. I don't give a fuck. But this is doesn't sound like it. It's a regular restaurant where people are bussing and dining tables and all that jazz. And that's not the place for the kids to be running amok. Keep your kids tame. Keep them on a leash if it has to be. Put them on a tablet, damn it.
Liz is
Give them
just keep them on. Just keep them all. Tie them all up together. Like, all right, guys, you are now in a chain gang them. All right, everyone. Thank you again for laughing, watching, whatever. Thank you for joining us this week. Like I said,
subscribe,
follow, do all that stuff. We have so much more content, more fun things. Back end. Been listening to some of our bonus episodes. Had a lot of things in the past that now getting to the. So look forward to that. Like word of mouth, like honestly, word of mouth is where we want. But yeah, so everyone, till next time,
Bye.
Under rock, the safety, the ground, the only thing that you can count. Under rock, the safety, the ground, the only thing that you can count. Fingers crossed, I swear that I will never leave you. Fingers crossed, I swear that I will never